recently become a DJ, or an aspiring DJ, and I am going to talk to you a little bit about electronic dance music and why it's super important and why it's such a big scene and why everybody is so into it, why these festivals just keep gaining more and more momentum. Everybody has now heard of EDM, or electronic dance music. It is in commercials, it's on the mainstream radio, and then you also hear about these massive, massive festivals. So why is it so popular? Why has this genre taken off so quickly when it's existed since the 80s? Well, unfortunately, most music genres did not embrace the digital era as did the electronic dance music scene did. They took the time to post all of their music up for their fans to listen to for free. Maybe they can't download it, but they could listen to it. They could stream their mixes, they could put up their sound samples or their songs, and all of their fans could go up and listen. They could post directly to their fan pages on social media. The direct contact was there. Now their music genres are catching up, but electronic dance music really hit this off, and so in the last 10 years, it has just gained in popularity globally. Electronic dance music is a little bit different than every other genre. If you like a lot of other genres, there's probably something you will find in electronic dance music that suits your liking, because really what EDM is an umbrella that covers all of these subgenres. There's hundreds of subgenres. They're making up new ones every single day. But overall, this genre became very, very popular because it actually, well, like all music, it triggers the reward center in your brain, which releases endorphins, right? We also like the element of surprise, if we're pleasantly surprised. And electronic dance music has the opportunity to do this because DJs are special. We are not just glorified iPods. We have talent, I swear. We actually have the ability to sample in different sounds. We have the ability to change drops. We can make mashups live. But there is an opportunity to change all of your sound. And I am just starting my journey down the production road. I'm just learning how to produce. I chose to learn how to perform first. But back to the EDM scene for a minute. Unfortunately, it has also been villainized. You may have heard about it because of the drug use issues, which is very tragic. There have been deaths, and there has been a lot of issues with people overusing. Unfortunately, this is not something we can preach abstinence to, and I believe that we really need to start educating people how to safely use drugs, unfortunately. But that would help prevent tragedies. I personally do not use any drugs. I don't need them. This music's fantastic without them. But that is unfortunate, and it's happened with every wave of major music, and so something that needs to be addressed. I actually got into the music scene, or in the electronic music scene back in high school. I started a little bit of a passion there, but I didn't really understand it, and I couldn't really find a lot of it. It just sounded like some computer sounds. I couldn't find the stuff that I really liked. And it took me a few years until college, and then I started going out into the scene in Seattle. I became good friends with a lot of the DJs. I went out all the time. I was constantly just trying to get out and dance. So I love this music. It's inspiring. It makes you happy. It's so much fun. And so I just started spending all this time. And then finally, one of the local legends, if you will, he has been a DJ for over 10 years. He asked me, he said, "Why don't you DJ?" And I thought to myself, why not? Like, I would love to do that. But I really answered, it's expensive equipment, no one to teach me. I mean, those are some pretty big barriers to entry. So he told me that he would teach me. And I don't think he meant that very seriously. But when I took it seriously, he got on board. And I started going over to his house every single day. At that time, I had just graduated from the university. And I was going to go into the tech industry. I was thinking about doing that and following what I had gone to school for, something in business. And I decided to take a job with a family company that was just a 9 to 5. I didn't have to think after work. I didn't have to answer an email. I didn't have to do anything. So I would, after I left work. So as soon as I left work, I could go and focus on music. And I was mixing for 5 to 7 hours a day. I worked so hard. I've never worked so hard at anything in my life. I loved the technical aspect. I loved everything, and even the monotony of it. When I first started, I was only mixing 2 tracks together, just 2, for about 3 weeks. I was just putting one song to another song, just perfecting a mix, just over and over. Thankfully, my mentor had noise-canceling headphones, so he didn't have to listen to me practice. I finally got that down, and he told me I wasn't going to play in front of people for a year. I said, no way, that's not possible. I'm going to do this in 6 months. So I kept working, I worked very hard. And only a few months after that, I had my graduation party with all my friends. And someone brought decks. I didn't have any of my own at the time. And they're like, aren't you going to play? I've never played in front of anybody. And this is just 20 of my closest friends. I played, and I played well. My mentor was so impressed, he decided to book me for a New Year's Eve event that year. Now, it was 6 months away, but I was still terrified. And it was up in Anchorage, Alaska. I would be flown to go play for other people. This isn't anything in Seattle, nothing like that. So I started getting nervous, but I just kept working. I really loved the technical aspect, and I just had so much self-doubt about me performing. But I just kept my head down, and I was like, well, I can be in my dark room now. That 6-month mark rolled around, and he told me I had a gig. Not just any gig. I wasn't just opening. I was playing at the 11 to 12 slot, which is a pretty good slot. And I was kind of worried about that, so much so that I thought I might have a heart attack that day. My heart was beating out of my chest at like 6 p.m. I didn't even have to be at the club until 10. I couldn't even breathe. I had to call my sister to have her talk me down a ledge. I was just like, all right. I went there, I played my show, and I actually did pretty well. And then after that, more and more bookings came. And it has just been such a rewarding experience. I absolutely love DJing. I love being able to play music for people. My sole mission will be to make people dance, because I believe people are happiest when they're dancing. And that's what I would love to be doing. I think I'm going to be playing some music for you guys, just to give you a little bit of a sample.